to the Indie Wrestling Guide with your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, JGold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
Well, my prayers weren't answered. Your plane didn't go down in a ball of flames on the way back from Florida.
I mean, based on what's been happening the last 3 months, the odds were pretty good of that happening, too.
I know, dude. I fucking... So mad I bet
Hold
on
on.
it.
That's what you were hoping for? That's what you hoped for? Me to go down in a ball of flames?
Everybody was betting on WrestleMania, and that's what I was betting on.
Well, shit. I'm here then. So I didn't go down. It was actually two of the smoothest flights I've ever taken. 2 hours and change to get down to Palm Beach with all the olds. I stayed in a 55 and over community for 5 days. It was awesome. Those old ladies, they were loving life. But yeah, I missed you guys. I did some cool shit while I was gone. I went to the
Lion. Came back with a new strain of chlamydia herpes that was formed down there.
You know, those old people, they like that. They did. Mm-hmm. It gets very funky in those buildings. I went to this place called Lion Country Safari, and it's a 4-mile drive through safari. And you literally, the animals are next to your car. I drove through a herd of water buffalo. They said, watch out for the ostriches because they're idiots with tiny brains and they don't realize where they're going. So if they're going towards your car, they don't even realize that there's something there and they'll just peck at your car. So we gave them a little space. And the rhinos, they said, make sure you give them like a wide range to walk because they literally will slide against your car. They just don't care. And as they shouldn't, it's their home. They're just big, giant, tanks of animals. And we saw lions, of course, tigers,
and bears,
and zebras and monkeys and all sorts of shit on this thing and giraffes. And that was pretty awesome. And then I spent 14 hours at Disney. We went to Magic Kingdom at 4:45 in the morning. We drove all the way up to Orlando. We got there at 7:30, took the monorail over for rope drop. And we went in and we went on 18 rides. We did every single ride. Yeah, we did every ride except for Peter Pan Flight, whatever that stupid ride was. It's a slow moving dark ride. We didn't do that one. But we got in Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We got in Tron. We did Space Mountain twice. We did the Disney Dwarfs Mine roller coaster. We did Pirates. We did Jungle Cruise. We did It's a Small World. Ariel's Underwater Nonsense. The Haunted Mansion. Swiss Family Robinson Tree. Like we did everything, and it was fucking awesome. We ate Dole Whip and had Disney ice cream and the People Mover and the Carousel of Progress. It was just fucking awesome, man. Like I can't explain to you how. Like I haven't been to Magic Kingdom probably since I was 4, and I wouldn't remember it anyway. So it was amazing. I highly recommend. We're gonna go back in August for Universal Studios, and then we'll do Hollywood Studios also in the same week. So that should be pretty dope. But that was a shit ton of fun. We went to a bunch of zoos, an aquarium, just kind of did every touristy thing. We did not stop for 5 straight days.
And you ate alligator too, right?
We did. We ate alligator tail at this.
Did you go to like an alligator farm and watch like the alligator show?
I did. I saw an albino alligator. I'm gonna have to post that. But that thing was big and scary, the albino alligator. Unbelievable. So we had that going, and we did a barbecue down there. We went to like one of those turtle hospitals where they rescue sea turtles and like fix them up and everything and take all their barnacles off them and all that shit that you see on TikTok that's AI and not real. But we did that, and we ate, shrimp cocktail at these like really on, side of the ocean like place. It was great, man. I highly recommend just a trip down there. Everything is so much like cheaper when it comes to food, at least. But the weather was perfect. Oh, I got a nice tan. Here I come back to 50 degrees. There it was 88 every day. So, goddamn. Yeah, but it was great.
When my parents took my brother and I down, my brother was like 10 or 11 and I was like 2 or 3. So I don't remember anything. So yeah. I've still never been. So I do need to go at least once and check it out.
I mean, so.
Violence is Forever can't be wrong about, going to Disney. So
you're 100% right. Seeing those two idiots wandering around Disney is probably the best sight ever. Dom with his fanny pack over his chest, and Ku just kind of wide-eyed looking at everything and kind of figuring everything out. They definitely are going when they're in Japan. There's no doubt they're going to Disney Japan.
Every time I see photos, I always just hope that Dom will have the ears on one time.
There's no way he'll ever do it, but if he took himself a little less seriously and he wasn't violence is forever everywhere he goes, he could put on the Mickey ears.
I mean, I bet there's a photo that like he could share in the group chat that, you know, we could see, but like not put out there publicly for everybody. So maybe one day.
I would
or
think
maybe
so.
that he did and I don't remember. My memory's terrible, so
I see those pictures of him where he has like that big grin on his face with Ku, and the two of them are like standing in front of some ride is always something that like sticks in my head. So, and I got to do all that stuff. Like I was standing in front of things. I'm like, ooh, this is where everybody goes and looks at things and does stuff. And I'm like, this is great. So I finally got that out of my system. But I do think it is like the literal most fun place you could possibly go. It's amazing. It's so expensive, but and that's the other thing I don't get. And I was following around certain people at the park.
Oh, really? You're creeping on people?
Yeah.
You got talking Minnie Mouse out there? What the hell, dude?
The people in the wheelchairs who pay full price to go in and just sit outside the rides. What are you doing? You paid full price. It's $180 to get in and you're not riding any of the rides. You could wait at home while your family goes. You don't have to sit outside the rides all day. I feel bad for those people. They're out in the hot sun sitting underneath like an awning hoping to stay cool. It's crazy. And then the people who come with their newborns, you have a newborn baby strapped to your chest. Which ride are you getting on? Are you going on Tron? Are you going to squish your baby's head into Tron? How are you going to justify paying those prices to go on rides or go there with a newborn strapped to your chest?
In the group chat, JGold called those people in wheelchairs baked vegetables because they were getting in the sun and they were in wheelchairs. I was like, you're a sick motherfucker. That's fucked up that you would think about that. And he's like, well, that's what they are. They're baked vegetables to me.
It's not that they're in, and some of them are just not infirm. They're just too big to walk or just not regular. Like, I don't get it. To pay that kind of money, it just is baffling to me how you can.
They just gotta see it, man. I mean, it takes their mind off of all their troubles, being able to see things. Maybe that's just what it is. I guess.
I mean, it's so hard to get around. Jeez, like there's just people everywhere.
I think you're underestimating how many people are at Disney that aren't tourists and like have sneak and pack and shit too.
That's true.
All the time,
yeah,
too.
the Florida residents, you're 100% right. Yeah, definitely. They might just come down to just get away for the day. You're right. And I heard that the season pass pays for itself after like 2 visits. So you might be right. But I just,
my sister-in-law lives in Fort Myers. She got a sneak and pass. She goes 4 or 5 times a year. So you're 10 to 1. Your wheelchair people are those people that are there anyway.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I couldn't like there are people with like family, like, 20 people and they're all wearing the same shirt. And there's like 2 people who just can't do anything. And I'm like, I feel horrible for those people. Everyone else is running to the ride.
That's their Make-A-Wish. They wanted to sit out there and watch everybody else be happy while they were miserable. That's their Make-A-Wish. You let them have their Make-A-Wish.
Fine, you can have your Make-A-Wish.
Speaking of Make-A-Wish, WrestleMania was this weekend.
Yeah.
Triple H's Make-A-Wish.
I missed all of the indie week, by the way. Everything. Missed the whole week. Didn't know what was going on.
There was some fun stuff, man. I've been just watching it here and there when I had some time.
Yeah.
But let's go. Since everybody wants to talk about Mania, what's what we're going to do? We're not going to be negative. We're going to pick one match that we liked from either night 1 or night 2, and that's all we're going to say about it. So,
okay.
JGold, you want to go first? What was your favorite match from Mania?
The women's triple threat night 2. That was the best match I saw on the entire card. Those women are the best.
I'm right there with you. That was it for me too.
Yep, yeah, they're the best they have to offer, those 3. I have not seen a women wrestler better than the 3 of them.
Yeah, I agree with you there. My 2 favorite matches were the 2 triple threat, and I hate triple threat matching.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't like multi-man matches like that. You don't like the 4-ways, you don't like the triple threats. So, yeah, that's impressive. But yeah, they stole the show. That opening match just killed it. Like, they did everything right. The counter and the this and that, and I mean, everything was perfect. Like, I thought they delivered way better than the men's triple threat.
Yep,
they should have main evented. I couldn't agree killer. More. That was a really killer triple threat.
But I will say I was happy for Jacob Fatu because that's a guy who everybody loves, and him winning a belt is a huge deal, especially for any indie guy who thinks that they can get in there. You got it. Like, all you got to do is work hard, like he did.
I woke up, so I watched the first match on night 1. and then I fell asleep during the tag match. I woke up at the very towards the end of the Jacob Fatu match to see him win. Fell back asleep, and then I woke up for the last two matches of the night.
Listen, you didn't miss anything in the middle.
No, I don't feel like I missed anything. It was it is what it is. It's not for me anymore. That's just how I see it now. It's like it's cool, but it's just not for me. They've been so corporate. Like the last couple of WrestleManias have been so ridiculously corporate.
I have people texting me. It's so corporate now that it doesn't even make there's nothing that isn't advertised. It's like NASCAR now.
Doom Dark Ages. It sponsors this match, and here's a Doom display.
Right. It's crazy.
This match is sponsored by Nestle Bunch of Crunch. It's like it's a Bunch of Crunch match. What the fuck is that? What the fuck?
It's a Bunch of Crunch match. Yeah.
I think I get it best though, especially with night one. The opening matches of each show were so good. It's like Skinner opening with Freebird. Like everything after that's just not Freebird.
You're not wrong, man. You're 100% right.
Sucked. That was trash. Anyway, let's move on.
Yep.
Indie wrestling shows that we caught this weekend. I know, Jared, you caught some. JGold, you said you didn't catch any.
I watched a few things. I've seen a few things here and there. I just didn't get to the full matches.
I watched Bloodsport. There's some cool stuff on it. Spring Break was interesting. I did see the Sabu match. It's
that was
whatever,
wasn't it?
It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. So I mean, it was at
a certain point you're just beating up an old man.
I can't believe that he won. I thought that was super fucking weird. Like, if it's his last match, why is he winning? Like, aren't you supposed to go out on your back if it's your last match? But whatever.
He definitely said that's not going to work for me, brother. He
probably not. And I do that. He was so confused towards the end of that match. Like, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, he was all over the place. You could tell he was just fucking out of it.
Well, Joey Janela also said in a post-match thing how much he admired Sabu and Sabu was in favor of wrestler. So Janela might have offered to put him over with it being his last match too.
Fuck that. If it was Stone Cold's last match and I was in there, I'd be fucking pinning him. I don't know.
Take the pin, goddammit. Yep. Yeah, that was a weird one. I really enjoyed watching a little bit of the clusterfuck. I wanted to watch The Heels Have Eyes, and it was at 3 a.m.
Dude, I put it on. And
6 a.m.
commentary
Eastern?
Instantly turned me off of it. Like I was like trying to watch like the flyweight match, and it started off with like Moose and this other guy, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking sit here and watch Moose wrestle. Like, I don't fucking care about this guy.
What time did that come on? 6 a.m. Eastern?
I didn't watch anything live. I watched some of Spring Break live, but that was it. Everything else, I just been going back and watching. I threw that on because I wanted to see our buddy Broner wrestle in that match, and like Moose was wrestling, and I'm just like, this is awful. And then like the commentary team heard that they could swear, so then they started like saying shit, and I'm just like, okay, this is stupid. I turned it off.
But it wasn't. Couldn't you fast forward once you watch it on delay?
Yeah, probably could have, but I was just like, I wanted to watch the cluster, and I just threw that on for a second because I wanted to see Josh Bishop's match. And then I was like, you know what? After like commentary, just kind of like I said, turned me off to it. So I'm like, I'll go back and watch it later, probably tomorrow while I'm at work. But I threw on the cluster, and the cluster was fun.
Yeah, I heard it was something. Sorry, JHawk, you were saying?
No, I didn't get to see any. I didn't see any of the cluster fuck. I tried to watch Spring Break live, and I fell asleep like 2 hours in. When I wound up tell you how late Have I started. It started at 11:59 local time, which was 2:59 a.m. Eastern.
I knew it. 3 o'clock Eastern, right?
3 o'clock Eastern. I woke when I woke up after falling asleep for the Spring Break. I'm like, okay, I'll go back and watch what part of Spring Break I missed. Have Eyes was still fucking on.
Dude, I got a text from Trombetta from Rip City Pharmacist at 6:45 in the morning, and he goes, "Are you watching Bishop?" And I go, "What?" I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's on right now. I'm like, they're still going? Like, holy shit.
Yeah. The reason I wanted to watch Spring Break, I wanted to watch the Senior Scramble. I wanted to see how bad it was. And because
what was that?
It was the idea behind it was supposed to be 6 senior citizens. Like you had to be 55 to be in the match. But the Warlord was supposed to be in the match, and he no-showed to go to the Hall of Fame. So they only had 5 people in it.
But I saw him. Didn't he eliminate those WWE ID guys?
He might have been in the clusterfuck.
He was in the cluster the next day. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He went to the Hall of Fame and skipped out on Spring Break itself. So because they had the extra spot, they decided to just have Kerry Moran come out, cut a heel promo on how old everybody was, have all five can beat him up for a couple minutes, and I would get. I'm like, you found a way to make something that I only wanted to watch for the train wreck value and not make it a train wreck. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
So
and the kind of thing is, it's like a story made sense. Like, I wasn't even upset with the story, but it was just like, I wanted to see how bad it would be, and you actually made it something worth watching. It's like, that's not what I wanted.
So there was a lot of fun stuff in the cluster. Some of my favorite moments. One was Sleepy Ed. He came out and then he like wheeled out of bed and he laid on the bed and slept through like half the match. His name's Sleepy Ed, and he's just a wrestler.
Okay.
Then the Invisible Man eliminated him, beat him up and eliminated him. The Invisible Man had a hell of a run in the cluster. He eliminated Effie, who's the GCW champion. Like, he eliminated a lot of people.
Did they have a referee with the goggles on to see him or no?
No.
Missed
But
opportunity.
he ended up getting pinned by that Tommy Invincible guy.
That fucking dude.
Yeah.
Who I feel like walks around in just his trunks anyway, all the time.
But one of the coolest moments was the Mexicals reuniting, and then they had Microman with them, and Microman had a little bubble blowing push mower, and it was the fucking best thing all fucking weekend. That was the funniest goddamn thing ever. Shout out to whoever fucking pushed that. Like, that was so fucking fun. I was fucking in tears. I thought I fucking ripped my side open laughing so hard.
That's great. That's excellent.
So, a couple weeks ago, I said I didn't want to watch WrestleMania weekend indies because it was all the same guys, all the same people.
Yep.
So our friends over Pro Wrestling Ponderings did an update and got a list of who had the most matches for the weekend.
Oh boy.
Does anybody want to guess who had the most?
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
It's got to be a GCW regular film description, I would think. I'll say Man Corner. It seemed like everything I watched, he was on.
I'm going to say Marcus Mathers.
Okay, Mance Warner didn't even make the top of the list.
Okay.
Marcus Mathers had the fourth most.
Ah, shit.
Actually, he was third because second place was tied with somebody. So he had the third most matches, and he was tied with Gringo Loco. So I'll go from the bottom up. Michael Oku, 8. MAO, 8. One Called Manners, 8.
Yeah.
Mao. Yeah.
Meow.
Gringo Loco and Marcus Mathers both had 9. Chris Nasty and Masha Slamovich both had 11. And the person who had the most matches this weekend, who I don't believe exists because this person's supposed to have been on several cards out here in the Midwest, that when I went to them, he was not there. So I don't think he exists. I think they put him on cards and then he just doesn't show up. Sonico had 13 matches.
Who?
Sonico.
Really?
He had a cup of coffee in, I think, the Ring of Honor portion of AEW, I think, but
I don't know who that is.
Not where I know him from. Yeah, I did watch.
He was supposed to be on like several Black Label Pro shows that I've gone to. He's never there. I swear to God, I don't think he exists. I think he's a figment of somebody's imagination.
You know, another guy I saw a lot of this weekend was Bodie Young Prodigy. He was on like freaking everything I watched too. Actually, I watched Bodie Young Prodigy. He's one of the Vegas locals. He's like 20 years old.
Oh, I have no idea.
Like I tried to watch the Prestige show the other day. They were free on YouTube, and he was on that. He was on a couple of the GCW collective stuff. Like, I saw him like at least 3 times.
Wow, I've never heard of that guy ever.
He's a Skin Bodie trainee. That's why they call him Bodie Young Prodigy. He's like Skin Bodie top student or something.
What's his gimmick?
His gimmick is that he's Skin Bodie trainee.
I love wrestling. That's his gimmick, huh? All right. Okay. Well, shit.
Actually, I'm going to correct myself. He's 17. He's got the Nick Wayne thing going.
Sonico. Huh. Well, shit. Oh, Rusev just came out on Raw. Okay.
No one cares.
I had a feeling he was going to talk about new people returning. So.
Hey, I never, ever missed the Raw after WrestleMania. And I think we were doing this together the night Vince McMahon came back and made it the worst Raw after WrestleMania ever. And he got kicked off of the creative team for good. That was the time he returned. Remember? And then he did one. Yeah. Anyway.
Awful.
All right.
Well, anyway, speaking of Vince McMahon, and all his wrestling creative genius that I now have and possess. We have a bunch of IWGuide matches that were announced this week, including one that's happening this Saturday in Pittsburgh at Beers of the Berg Taco Mania. The IWGuide title will be on the line. Mikey Montgomery is defending against Andrew Palance and Saeed Al-Sabah, who is the brother of Treehouse Lee. And I've been watching some of his footage, and he's very impressive. He's very acrobatic. Should be a very interesting match.
That's cool.
And
I didn't know a lot about him, and you gave me a little bit of a rundown.
I sent you some clips. I was like, this is one of the guys we have wrestling for the belt.
He does a lot of cool shit.
And then NeoPro announced our 2 matches for the May 10th anniversary show, NeoPro 3. We have our big 6-man tag. It will be Bax against Shelby, Mikey, and Sammy, the Lone Rangers.
I like that.
And I had to explain to Jason from NeoPro that it was a Airheads reference that we came up with.
I like it.
That match is happening, and then so originally in the pre-show it was supposed to be members only against this new tag team out of Pittsburgh and called Point Break. However, our wires got crossed, and they were booked in a tag team 4-way title match on the show. So I got to scramble for a day and try to find another tag team to replace them in the pre-show. And let me tell you, apparently May 10th is a very busy day because every single tag team we reached out to was busy on that day. I think we went through like 4 or 5 tag teams before I finally was able to settle on this team of Ohio Ronin. They're out of Cincinnati. They came recommended to me by Sid Von England, who does wrestle down that way. So he has eyes on, teams and stuff like that. So I reached out to him for some information, and that's who he came back with. And I watched some video on them, and they looked pretty impressive. So I'm like, okay, we could do that. So it's a double tag team debut in the pre-show that we are offering up, and then that big 6-man. So
outstanding.
That kind of ends our summer or our beginning of the year with NeoPro. They kind of take like a light summer off. Like they won't be back until late July, early August. I do know there's been some talks of us and 880 collabing again in June. I don't know. I've been talking with Toddy lately on that, so that might happen. There's some people down there that think they deserve a title shot, so we'll see what happens there.
Ooh, some guy named John?
Yeah.
Maybe the gavel?
Some guy named John is actually who thinks he deserves a shot. He wants to fight me, but I'll
That's
proxy
better.
and put in Mikey in. But
shit, I think you need to fight your own battles. That's what I think. I think you need to get in there and bump around a bit.
man, if we could have somebody follow me around and I could like try to like catch chicken and do all the fun stuff and like beat up on a side of beef in the freezer and do all the Rocky stuff, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat just for the laughs because it would be so funny.
Butter, you need to eat lightning and crap thunder.
Right.
I think JHawk would be perfect behind you in his
right. Yeah,
outfit.
he'd be my Mick running me around.
We'd have to get someone else to referee if I'm going to train you for that, but.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't be the referee for that. It would be, somebody from down there. So, but yeah, that's everything we got going on. We're pretty deep into this, so let's get into shout outs, what's on, and then we got our review. So, shout outs, Zach, Andrew, and of course, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, Patty.
Patty, I saw you were going to Disney too soon. She let me know that she was going down there too. So if you need any advice, I am now a seasoned veteran of the world's most happiest place, or whatever the hell they call it. So I'm all about it.
He goes once and he's a vet. Listen
That's
to
right.
this guy.
Now I've been to 2 parks. That's right.
I'll give you a tip, Patty. Standing in line at Disney is like being in the DMV with children.
Yep.
Nice.
What's on this weekend?
On the Triller TV, they had so much on for WrestleMania week. They have very little this coming week. But this Friday, April 25th at 8 p.m. from the NYC Arena in New York City, New York, House of Glory Isolation. The main event, Kanoki Takeshita against Mike Santana. Also, an I Quit match, Idris Jackson against Carlos Ramiro, and much more to be announced on that card. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern, this coming Friday, April 25th.
Believe it or not, on the IWTV side, Black Label Pro comes back. It's Black Label Pro presents BLP at SCX3. It's at the Wyndham Resort, Wyndham Hotel in Indianapolis. It's going to be Mia Yamashita versus Layla Hirsch. I still don't know how they get these guys. Rachel Armstrong versus Billy Starks versus Zoe Lucas. Mackie Housen versus Bangin' Matthews. The BLT Tag Team Champion, BLP. I said BLT. Sorry. It's the BLP Tag Team Championship match. Latinos Most Wanted, the champs versus Hot Commodity. The BLP Championship, that is Raj Desi versus Josh Bishop. Hell yeah, Big Bish. And then the BLP Midwest Championship, it's Myron Reed versus, believe it or not, Super Crazy. And that is all Friday night from, I believe it's going to be, what is it, Central Time? So check it out. And it's only available on the Indie Wrestling Television Network.
And to answer your question, they've got all those people because that's part of the Squared Circle Expo convention going on this weekend.
The big expo. JGold, listen.
Yeah.
All right, here, go with me on this.
Okay.
6-man tag team titles. They're called the BLT titles, and each belt has a B, an L, and a T, and that's the BLT 6-man tag team titles.
I think I like it. It's going to be each belt has a different ingredient.
Yeah, so it's a different theme. So like the bacon belt has the B is like made out of bacon. Yep. The L is like green and lettuce and leafy. And then the T is, orange or red and orange, and it's tomato. I
gotta say, I'm all about it. I'm 100% in on that one. Yep.
I'm gonna have to get with my belt maker and see if we can make some 6-man tag team titles.
The IWGuide BLT sandwiches. Oh, I like it. I mean, title belts.
Yeah, sandwiches. It'll be one off. Like whoever wins on May 10th becomes the BLT tag team champions.
Right. Just hand it to them. Oh, I love it.
Oh, shit.
Now
All right.
BLT. All right.
Right. Let's jump into this review because we got Enjoy this weekend, but we have more Enjoy to enjoy.
Doing a review.
All right, and we are reviewing Enjoy Dearly Beloved, which took place on March 8th, 2025 from Mr. Small Theater in Millvale, Pennsylvania. Butters and I were there in person, and it was fun rewatching this today and reliving some of it. Freaking some amazing stuff on this.
I'm glad I didn't have to relive those $18 loaded fries.
Yeah, they were good, but that food is good, but it's so expensive. That's my one gripe about Mr. Smalls.
Never again will I do that, but I'll tell you what, the chicken sandwich there was top notch.
I like a good chicken sandwich. We can make that the chicken sandwich titles. Now I'm thinking. Now all the belts are going to be named after food for the 6-man titles.
We're just going to run a show in a Chick-fil-A parking lot.
I like it.
It's going to be called Food Fighters. It's going to be the name of the show.
Oh, there we go. There, IWGuide presents Food Fighters.
We got to have cheeseburger on the card.
We have to find at least 15 food-related stars to be on the card. Can we do that?
Who's the one trainee of AR Fox? He's got a food-related name.
I know there's that guy in the Northeast, Big Bacon, something or other. That's not AR. That's not the guy. That's not the guy you're thinking of.
No, because AR Fox does the low main pain as his.
Oh, teriyaki.
Teriyaki. There we go.
There we go.
Teriyaki.
We can have teriyaki.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we're thinking.
It's too bad Chuck Stone got away from the burger-loving badass bit. We could have used him.
I know he gave up on that awfully quick. I think. I think there were a few more years in that had more legs.
Just like the fucking onesie gimmick you're really trying to still push on Sid.
But that's not a gimmick. That's just an outfit. He's English. He should wear a polo shirt onesie. That's just the way I think. Anyway,
enjoy, dearly beloved. We open up with Gem Fair interviewing the fourth line and amateur wrestler Reese Kane about their upcoming match with the Best Business Bureau, which is a fucking great name. I love it.
Reese Hayes was actually doing laps around the building during that promo. That's how fast he runs.
He was
in the background.
He looks good with the short hair. I like him better with the short hair.
I agree with you, actually.
Yeah. He looks more like sleek.
I called him something when he was at the one show. Oh, I said he looks like Joey Ryan now.
I'm sure he loved that.
Right?
Oh my God.
I don't think he was happy about it, but he did say that he does resemble. Yeah. There's some jokes made definitely about that.
I will say this about all the matches on the card tonight, and this is just a generalization. They were very long. All the matches felt a little bit like they overstayed their welcome just a tad in each zone, but they weren't bad matches at all. But I just thought they kind of, it seemed like they wanted to get to the wedding. So the matches, they didn't want to overbook the matches so that they can overbook the wedding, like that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, well, we'll go into more detail here.
mm-hmm.
And after Jem Fair and Veda got introduced to the show, we cut to an interview with the Best Business Bureau regarding their match with the Fourth Line and Enrique. And that's our opening match. Trio action, the Best Business Bureau, Darius Carter, Eel O'Neill.
Jordan Blade.
Thank you. I can remember Jordan, I can remember Blade for the life of me. I don't know why.
Yes.
Against the Fourth Line, Enrique. And this was a nice, fun, simple opener. I liked it. It got some basic storytelling. Enrique against the fake and payroll. Got beat up for a while, made the tag. All hell broke loose. It's a six-person match.
The Fourth Line remind me of the Mighty Ducks. Remember those two guys? The
Bash Brothers.
Yeah, they remind me of those two dudes, like completely throwing themselves all over the place.
This was also an opening round match for the BLT six-man tag team titles.
And the best part is, if you can't have a trios match and you only have a tag team, you can have like a piece of the sandwich that are defending the belts.
Right,
so
right.
Tonight we're gonna hold the bacon, or tonight, no lettuce. That is absolutely perfect. Oh, I love it.
I think we're giving Joey Janela idea for Spring Break 10, but
no, he's not allowed to have those ideas. Those are mine. This is for the Ohio version of Chikara that's going to happen with the Funk Pro Wrestling. We're going to have ants on the card. I'm making my own ants.
Ants on a sandwich. That's great. Oh boy, we can't have ants around the BLT. They'll ruin it.
That's what I'm saying. What if they win the BLT titles, man? Then you got ants in your BLTs.
They carry it around. They carry around the sandwiches.
They carry it around above their heads. They don't wear it around their waists.
Oh, I love it. We're making up thoughts here. We got it.
Or enjoy. They just want us to enjoy to review the show, and we're just talking about fucking shit that has nothing to do with it. We're way off the fucking rails tonight. But you know what? We haven't had this much fun in a while, so.
Yeah.
What happened when you record on WrestleMania Monday and all of us are running on like 3 hours of fucking sleep? So.
Yeah. Well, trying to gather all that. The best was what's his face? What's his name? Oh my God. Vince Russo going off on how much wrestling he had to watch and how upset he was. He's like, bro, I watched 14 and a half hours straight of wrestling. He was so mad at everything that happened. I love it. People completely melted down this weekend.
There's no rule like that. You had to watch it all.
Exactly.
Seriously, I just watched when I felt like watching. That's it.
Yep. That's the best part of WrestleMania weekend now. The week is there's so much going on. You can just pick something and watch it either later on or the next day or whatever. But okay, so I will say this. Darius Carter is one of my favorite talkers, and he just will never have to be a face. There's only certain wrestlers that can go back and forth. Darius Carter never, ever will be a face. Ever. Never.
Nope.
Nor should he be.
Right.
No, I agree with you there. Derek Carter is just a great heel, great talker. Talk a little bit about this match here, though. I mean, some really cool stuff here. We had some stereo suicide dive from the Fourth Line Enrique. We had a spot where Eel O'Neill tried to do like a spinning slam to Haig, and Haig actually landed on his feet to avoid it and made the hot tag that got up the breakdown. So some pretty good stuff there. Any thoughts on the match itself?
I just thought it was a little long. Otherwise, it was a pretty much paint by numbers, type of match. They went all over the place. It went a long time. Everybody got a chance to shine. Where do they go after that? The Fourth Line. I think there were good foils for the Better Business Bureau or whatever. And, now those guys can continue on beating people up and they don't have to do trios over and over again unless they want the BLT.
But I know the complaint was that they were just basically facing other 880 talent previously in the 6-man tags. Mm-hmm. So this time they didn't. They faced some actual East Coast talent, and they didn't make it out on the other side as the winners. So that's just another leg up on the Better Business Bureau, like obviously they're going to go for the tag belts and the world title and they're the Enjoy Championship, and I mean eventually they could hold all the belts, all the gold, and Enjoy. So
Yep, that's cool with me. I had fun with it, and I think the Better Business Bureau is going to be good and Enjoy, and Darius Carter is where he belongs. That's where he shines.
It's a conundrum for Enjoy because they're now that they're together and they're on the same page, I think everybody's in trouble.
You know, it'd be really good for them, BLT titles, if they had trios titles.
This is true.
Think about it, Enjoy. Think about it.
Darius Carter pinned Brandon King James with his finisher, the Cobra Clutch, into the Flatliner in 10 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
I don't feel like 10 minutes is too long for a kickman tag.
It felt long to me. It just did. It just felt like a very long match, and that just might be me. I just wanted to see things roll because I was really wanted to see the wedding. So I was like, let me get through these matches so I could see the wedding.
JGold was really, really high, so everything felt really, really long to him.
Right.
Allegedly. I keep telling you, if you grab one of those edibles, eat like half of it, then wait half an hour and see how you're feeling. Don't just eat it all at once before you start watching the show.
Listen, microdosing is the only way to go. Then you can control exactly how you feel. But anyway, yes, next match. Let's go.
After the match, Carter cut a promo saying that the Best Business Bureau has been disrespected. That ends tonight. Then he's going to become the Enjoy champion. So shots were fired there. We then move on to the match that we sponsored to determine the number one contender to the Enjoy championship. Gianni Michael Enrico, who is introduced by some guy named John, taking on Mikey Montgomery. Some guy named John with one of the best lines I've ever heard. When you talk about Italian-American excellence in Pittsburgh, we don't talk about Bruno, no. Fucking fantastic. I love it.
I got to say, Enjoy did a nice job of promoting the show, too. The way they put up the logo, the one-liners. They do a very professional job with sponsors.
JGold told me he was really excited to hear Veda Scott talk about the podcast because he's a huge Veda Scott fan.
Huge, beyond huge. If I ranked my top color commentary or play-by-play, it would be Veda Scott at the top, and then Wadsworth all the way at the bottom. It would always be Veda.
Somewhere in the garbage to the left would be Alberti.
Did Pro Wrestling Pondering do a thing on who called the most matches? Because I think Veda Scott's going to be at the top of that list.
Probably her and Dave Prazak.
Yeah, between her and Prazak, I think they were on freaking everything. So.
Really? Who was calling the cluster? Was that Veda also?
Veda did part of it when I believe Prazak was on there too. Prazak is great. I love Prazak.
Yeah, he's fucking very big, very professional. I like him very much.
Better than that other guy they used to have on there all the time.
Who is that?
Oh, what the hell's his name? He was like an ICP guy.
Oh, Kevin Gill?
Yeah. He was awful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Back to Enjoy.
Yep.
Number one contendership match, Mikey Montgomery. They came to us. They told us, hey, do you want to sponsor a match on the show? I said, sure. They said, what match do you want? They gave me a list. They didn't tell me who Mikey's opponent was. Didn't tell me that it was a number one contender match. Just said if you wanted Mikey's match. And I said, well, of course, he's our champion. Why wouldn't I want to sponsor Mikey's match? And so that's what we did. And voila, here we go. Number one contendership.
Yeah.
So I expect to get a piece of the Enjoy title when Mikey wins it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I deserve something from it.
Oh, okay.
You think it's King Kong and they're just going to cut the belt in half and give half of it to you? What the
No,
fuck?
I think they can give me one of the side plates and we can put the IWGuide logo on it, make it real nice.
But fun little match here. And I'll say that Veda and Jem did a great job with this spot here. There's a spot where Mikey was going for a top rope Rana.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy named John grabbed a hold of Gianni Michael Enrico to keep him from going over. And then Mikey almost got it over, and then GME almost stopped it, and then Mikey ended up rolling through it, and then GME rolled through it there. First off, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they fucked that spot up. First off, that looked like a goddamn struggle, which is what wrestling's supposed to look like.
It was a little bit of a mess. It wasn't. I'm not saying it was bad. It was just it looked very, very amateur-y, very messy.
There's two spots that were kind of messy, but like the way that they edited it in the footage, they actually both came off not terrible. I really liked it. I like the finish of this match a lot. I love the push off roll up. I think that that's a Bret Hart special right there, and I think that I love when it gets used. It always comes off good, and I think that it should be a little bit more of a finish more often. But overall, these two, obviously, yeah, there's some stuff that happened in this one, but guess what? That means the next time they wrestle can be even better. So.
Well, I think Mikey is starting to show, especially in Enjoy, that the people they put him up against, he carries some of these matches to really greatness. Like the fans are so behind him, and we know that the Enjoy fans are Enjoy fans. They're not like all of them are not like pro wrestling fans, right? So if Mikey gets them and they get him, and that's really good to see. So
they spend money to see Mikey wrestle. So
that's right.
That's what you want.
Yep.
And just not beat around the bush. Mikey won. He's number one contender. If Mikey wins, if Mikey can somehow figure out a way to beat Sonny Kiss and Billy Dixon, and I'm not looking past them because they've been very formidable so far. Look who they've beat. They've beaten monsters so far, nonstop. Sonny Kiss holding her own in there, whooping ass. Billy Dixon pulling shit on the outside. It's gonna be a fucking huge uphill battle for Mikey, but if anybody can do it, it's fucking Mikey, right?
Sure.
We've seen it time and time again. He is that ultimate underdog. He will fucking do it. And that's I have all the faith in the world for him. I think that he could end up this year being one of his biggest years, being a multi-time world champion. So
yep, I agree.
Yeah. I agree with you with the unfinished butter. I love the kickoff into the pin. I especially like it here because how many times did some guy named John become a factor in the match?
2 other times, yeah.
And Mikey kicked off of some guy named John do that kickoff. We countered the interference on top of it as well.
Very smart ring IQ. That shows he's got smart ring. He's got very good ring IQ when he did that. So I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Well, that was perfect. And match went 10:05. From there, we get a little promo video vignette with TME about their upcoming title defense against Violence Against Forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's followed by an interview with Violence Against Forever where TME is the best team in Pittsburgh, but we're the best team in the world and something's got to give. Great interview by Violence Against Forever.
Yep.
And that's our next match for the Enjoy Tag Team Championship. TME defending against Violence Against Forever. And oh my God, was that fucking good.
Yes.
But I mean, I didn't expect anything less from any one of these guys. I knew this was going to be, this is something, honestly, and no offense, Enjoy, this is something that I would put on like a major like indie card, like at the top of the card. These 4 guys. Like this is like to where they were on the card, fine. But this is a restaurant quality, top quality match that belongs somewhere like as a headline.
This is something we would have seen on like ROH in like 2018 towards the top of the card. And it would have been fucking incredible if ROH was still an actual indie. I think that both teams would be there and would be just fucking tearing it up. And this was definitely, obviously I'm biased with our sponsored match with Mikey, but if I had to pick another match, this would be my number one out of that. And that's, we're friends with Dom and Ku, but like still, like this match was just fucking stellar. Like TME, the 2023 Tag Team of the Year, IWGuide Tag Team of the Year. So I mean, they've been excellent for a while, and this match was fucking awesome. There's so much cool shit in this match. They fucking killed it.
Yeah, all kinds of great stuff. Like I honestly, like I tried to take notes, and there's so much going on. You couldn't take notes on this. There's just so much great stuff going on. 2 teams that work really well together. They have a bunch of chemistry. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Lotka near fall. Crowd bid into every single one of them. I mean,
we were biting into them, JHawk. We were there biting into them. We're relatively smart when it comes to stuff. Like we knew what was going on. I fucking bet on a bunch of them. It was that fucking good. I mean, this is I'd put this on probably one of my match of the years that you should watch if you're looking for high quality wrestling. This would be one of my matches I recommend for this year.
And the way Dom and Ku are able to work with any size guy is what's so good about the 2 of them. When you're working with somebody the size of Duke Davis, you're like this. It's like trying to wrestle a statue. He's just so big and shredded, and when you're smaller, it's probably hard to get him up. But they get everything done and they get all their stuff in. It was a great match.
I just think it makes it look more realistic too. Like he's not just like lifting this guy up and it's no issue. Like he's actually struggling to get him up, and
Yep.
it looks more realistic when they're in there struggling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Gannon Jones Jr. pinning Kevin Koo with their little double team to the German suplex in 15-17.
A flea flicker.
Thank you. Can never remember the name of that for some reason.
I believe that's what they're still calling it.
Yeah, they didn't give it a name on commentary either. I even rewound to double check it. So from there we get an excellent Jack Pollock vignette with a bunch of highlights of his career, talking about his upcoming match. And that's next. Career versus career. Jack Pollock against MV Young. Anything goes. There must be a winner. I'll say it here. As great as the tag title match was, I like this one a little bit better. Now I will say I'm kind of biased too. I've worked with Jack Pollock for the better part of 15 years. I've worked a lot of Jack Pollock matches over the years, so I got a little bit of a bias there as well. But this is what I expect a match with two careers on the line to be. The two guys putting out all the stop, doing whatever they can. They don't want to lose their career. They are going to do literally everything to try to keep their career going, keep their lives going. So that was great.
I loved some of the spots in this match, specifically the part where there were thumbtacks down and Jack Pollock is like trying to kind of spread them around, and his belly's over them, and MV runs out of the corner and hits a senton on him into him, so his belly goes into him. That I fucking popped huge for that. I thought that was awesome. The Pittsburgh plunge slam into him, I mean, just gross. And I love the little beer breaks they take. It was just good stuff. They brought all over the place. It was a good time. I really liked it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
MV Young is definitely can definitely fucking brawl with the best of them, and I think these two had a killer brawl. If you're gonna go out, this is definitely one of the hell of a way to go out. So good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I didn't understand. What is he doing? Is he retiring? What was the whole point? Like, where's he going?
That's generally what a career match means, Josh.
No, what I'm saying is Jack leaving Enjoy and trying something else, or is he really retiring? Like,
I mean, it's wrestling, so whether he's going to stay gone is another matter entirely. But yeah, he is planning on retiring. It was intended to be his last match.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, good on you, Jack. That was a go out bleeding like a absolute animal. That was great.
Yeah, 25:07 the time after multiple Pittsburgh plunges into the attack.
25 minutes.
It didn't feel that long,
dude. It did not feel that long to me at all. And if it's a career versus career match, I don't want it ending in 10 to 12 minutes. Like, give me an epic if it's two careers on the line.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, there are times where the long match makes sense. This is one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
We get
don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying.
We get the farewell speech from Jack Pollock after the match, which he opens by saying, "I don't plan a speech because I thought I was going to win," which is great.
Yep, that was funny.
I absolutely love it. If I have one gripe, I wish the commentators would have taken their headsets off, because I could hear them laughing as well. I kind of want the moment to play out. But I mean, I get it. You're keeping them on in case you need be, somebody needs getting your ear about something. But he goes, "I'm not leaving until I get another beer." And Marcus Mann, talking him a couple beers, and they drink, and Jack Pollock rides off in the sunset. Great stuff all around. Great presentation. And Jack Pollock did not go overly long with his farewell speech. I've seen guys do the farewell speech and go half an hour, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, it went long. He was a little wordy. Sure.
And from there, we go to the main event. It is the wedding between Billy Dixon and Sonny Kiss. Nick Wilde is your MC. He introduces the efficient Dark Sheik. He introduces Billy Dixon, who comes out to back that act up.
Yes. And one of the best suits I've ever seen.
His suit was a little ill-fitting, if you will. It needed a little bit of tailoring, I would say. But that's just me.
Then Sonny Kiss comes out, led by her flower girl / maid of honor, Marco Narciso.
Now, was there something you were telling me about some people couldn't some weather issue? What was going on that night?
There was some people that were supposed to be there weren't able to be there, so Marco kind of stepped in and did, instead of just Flower Girl, did like that and Maid of Honor,
Nice.
which worked perfectly for Marco. And Marco got all the hugs after the show when I saw him. So
Excellent.
And then Nick Wilde said, "You don't have a best man," which makes me wonder what Nick Shin was doing out there, but that's another matter.
Nick, best referee, self-named best referee.
Yeah, best unsigned referee, and if he does say so himself.
Yep.
But Nick Wilde does introduce the best man, the returning, the gavel, David Lawless Esquire, who nearly missed the wedding, but he was flying back from Mar-a-Lago after visiting his friend, and admits he didn't actually read the wedding contract, but I'm sure it's fine. Remember that.
yeah, he's been away for a while, and I told him, I was like, something's been missing on these shows since you've been gone, and I was like, I'm so happy you're back, because he just adds something to him. Like, that character is so fun. I love his character, and I'm very happy that he's back and causing trouble again.
Yep. He's a silly bastard. I like it very much.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the happy couple have written their own vow. Gunny Kiss that Billy Dickin has given her some big thing and some little thing.
But wait. But Dark Sheik said to Billy Dixon he was on Grindr.
Still on Grindr, bro.
Still on
it.
Busted him.
Billy was unhappy about that.
Grindr. Yeah,
Yep.
He was not happy that he was outed about being on Grindr still.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy Dickin said, winning are about exchanging things. So I'm giving Gunny a ring. Gunny got to give me the belt. I'm honestly surprised that this isn't counting like an official title change. That was my first thought when that happened, was, oh, here we go. But at least as of now, that's not where they've gone with it. And then they ask for objections, and Kiki Hyde comes out and says they should have taken a look at that marriage contract. Because it wasn't actually a marriage license. It was a contract for a title match with Sonny Kiss defending against Dark Sheik with Billy Dickin barred from ringside. But Billy Dickin does not go into the back until he gets knocked into the concussion table and ruins the cookie.
The cake table. The cake table.
The cake that was only real on the one top part, and somehow he didn't get any of it on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, he fell over and he tried to get his whole body on it, and it's almost like he missed the whole thing on the way down.
And he just crushed the rest of the cake, but somehow it just tipped over, and he missed it. He got lucky because he should have been wearing it.
Yeah, he's a big fella coming off the rings. He should have definitely got that cake on the way down.
Yeah. Commentary even called it
watching the cake.
Commentary even mentioned it, that the cake will somehow still standing.
Yeah, amazing.
But the most impressive display of athleticism in this match is that this match took place with both women wearing heels.
I mean, Dark Sheik's heels were the highest heels I have ever seen in my entire life.
Sheiky baby didn't break a fucking ankle. One of the straps broke on Sonny's heel. That's why she was down to one.
Yeah, Sonny booted one.
But goddamn, they fucking handled it like champs, doing moonsaults and fucking running across the ring. Which, dude, running in a ring is so weird because of how it has the movement, and being able to do that in fucking giant heels. Okay,
they were 6-inch heels.
Get the fuck out of here with that. Insane. We got, we even told Sheik on Twitter several times how fucking impressive it was, because holy fuck, Sheik is fucking awesome. My first time getting to see her live. Match was fucking awesome. Everything I wanted it to be. And it was all the more impressive because they were wearing fucking heels while it happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn.
Gunny Kiss did a standing moonsault with one high heel on and one bare foot.
And a fucking wedding dress.
In a wedding dress.
Holy shit. This match was fucking crazy. You have to go out of your way to see this. This was, as much as the ceremony itself was a spectacle, this was even more of a spectacle because there was such craziness happening in it. Oh my God, so impressive.
Yep.
Yeah. Now the match itself, actually the shortest match of the night, 8:44. Well, we got it. All the longer the match went,
and it didn't need to be any longer. Honestly, it worked perfectly.
No.
Yep.
Gunny Kiss retains the title with the corkscrew and Kaguri to the face. And a nice little touch is Sheik wasn't able to get the shoulder up, but you could see her trying to reach for the bottom rope with her hand.
Yeah, I like that, by the way. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, I didn't catch that live. We were on the opposite side of the ring from where Butters and I were standing, but the camera got a great shot of that. That was brilliant.
Yes. And she was literally like out of it, and you just saw that arm like come up and try to find a rope that wasn't there. It was a pretty good looking spot.
And after the match, Billy Dixon comes back out. They double team Dark Sheik, told Mikey make the save. And that's where Mikey issues the challenge for the handicap match for the championship on July 5th. And I'm going to assume that's official. Kenny Kick and Billy Dixon against Mikey Montgomery. And in all honesty, commentary questioning Mikey would like he really want to go 2-on-1 with them. But this way he can keep his eye on Billy Dixon legally. He doesn't have to watch Billy Dixon behind his back. Maybe that's actually smart strategy.
He's the ultimate underdog, and that's a hell of an underdog match. If he can overcome the odds, he can become the Enjoy champion. And I think he might be able to do it. I think he's the one. I think he can do it. I think he can outsmart.
It's his time. You can't if he doesn't win the belt, you're building that for nothing. That's been going on for 2 years now. His build. He's got to win the belt. That's all.
So we'll have that review whenever they release that show after it happens in July. I'm sure JHawk and I will be there in July for that show.
Yeah, I'm actually just checking my calendar. I should be free as of now. So
if I'm not in Dallas, I will be after that. But I will make sure that we go and witness that live before I fly to Dallas for All In.
Yeah, All In the following week. That should be before you fly out.
So I'm going to take that week after and go on vacation for a week. So
nice.
Yeah, I want to go see our buddy Zach and hang out and get all the cool fucking tacos and ramen and everything that I had last time, but more of it, and stay for a week instead of just a couple days, and really get to enjoy Texas a little bit more.
That's fun.
And then,
really fun.
The All-In show that'll probably be 9 hours in Texas in the sun, but it'll be an insane show. So
yeah. Well, what are we giving this show?
I'm gonna give it 4.5 wedding cake smashes out of 5.
All right, I was going to do wedding cake, but since you went that route, I'm going to give it 4.5 high heel out of 5.
And since I am in a Disney mood, I'm going to give it 4 Mickey ears out of 5. That's what I like. Not bad. Way better than the last one we reviewed. I liked it. The wedding was a glorious mess. I liked it very much.
Yeah, weddings in wrestling always do well.
Yep. Yes, they do.
And in fact, you didn't have one bad match on the card before that either. Like no downtime. Like everything.
And I'm happy to report that because we brought the bread maker for the happy couple, and then they didn't go through with it, and we didn't get it back. That we will now be.
They didn't go through with it.
No, it did. It was not confirmed. It was
the wedding, the marriage license was actually a wrestling contract.
Yeah.
It wasn't a legal wedding.
Yeah, there was no legal wedding. So Billy Dixon kept the bread maker. So Billy Dixon has to come on the show now. So
yeah,
Billy Dixon will be our special guest at the end of June as a special promotional guest for that title match. So I'm excited to hear his take on how he thinks he's going to beat Mikey. So it'll be interesting.
Plugs.
Let's get them out. Let's get out of here.
All right. You can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at RefJHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539, also on Blue Sky at RefJHawk. I will be in attendance at Enjoy Taco Mania. I'm not working the show, but I'll be there to witness the IWGuide title match and hanging out. So come say hi, buy me a beer, buy me a taco. And my next actual booking in ring going to be May 10th for Neo Pro 3. We'll go into more detail to get closer to that, but that'll be fun.
Yeah, so like he said, Brawl at the Brew House, Taco Mania, Andrew Palace, Mikey Montgomery, Saeed Al-Shabaab, IWGuide title championship match, one fall to a finish. Might have a new champ, might not. Mikey's been on a hot streak. We'll see if he can outlast these two guys. I'll be there eating tacos, selling trading cards, and Mikey merch. So come get the new Mikey shirt will be available. We'll have trading cards. We'll have all kinds of stuff there, and hope to see you all there.
Nice. Tacos and trading cards. You can't go wrong. And you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at JGold12. listen, review, rate, and subscribe wherever you get our podcast. And our Twitter handle, IWGuide1, Blue Sky IWGuide, patreon.com/IWGuide. Don't forget about the merch store over at brainbustertees.com. Go over to the merch store. We have some great stuff. The hoodies are dope, and I wear mine all the time. Gorilla Press apparel. Hey, Will, use code IWGP24 at checkout when you buy 2 or more items, $20 off. Your entire order will probably get another code going soon. Listen to our podcast friends, the Main Event Wrestling Network. Those guys were going hard all weekend, all week last week. The Wrestling Junkies on the Mark Wrestling Podcast. And my show, Tuesday nights at 10:15, the NXT Night Shift, where Charly Butters likes to comment in and hurt my feelings every week. Check that one out. It is an absolute carnival. Come have fun with us. At Odds with Wrestling, the card is going to change. The Super Fantastic Podcast, and Marks with Mikes. Those guys still going strong. All right. Now, our other friends, Time Capsule Toys, Toy Hio, Rubber City Toys, Neo Pro Wrestling, and Pally's Beef Jerky by our pal Kaplan. And I can't wait to see everybody in May for AIW's 20th anniversary. I got the rental card today and got confirm from my bro that we're going to be doing our thing. So we will see you then.
And as always, life is short. Watch more indie wrestling.
See you
later.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide, and on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.